Hey guys, BriarRabbit here, and today I'd like to share with you my review of the PlayStation 4. So I've had this thing for a couple of weeks now, and I'm gonna spoil the surprise a little bit by saying that I am really happy about this purchase. The PlayStation 4 is a huge improvement over the PlayStation 3 in many, many ways. So let me get into the review. First off, I'm going to start off with the hardware, the PlayStation 4 hardware as a whole. And I'm very happy with the design of this box. It's very small. It fits into just about any place that you want to put it. You can hold it vertically or stand it up vertically. You can lay it down horizontally. It fits under my TV. It can fit in your entertainment center. It's a nice design. It looks attractive. I like the LED on the top. It tells you the system status as well as just making the PlayStation 4 look cool overall. If I had one complaint about the hardware design of the PlayStation 4 itself, it'd be the parallelogram shape in the back. It makes it a little difficult to find the ports that you want to find when you're plugging and unplugging things, just because it's kind of slanted away from you when you're looking down at it, and it can make it just a little bit challenging when you're frequently moving, let's say, a port for your headphones between your PlayStation 4 and your Xbox One. For most people, I assume that that's not going to be a big deal at all. For me, since I'm constantly moving stuff back and forth, it can be a little bit of an issue. Next, I want to talk about the controller. I find this controller to be absolutely best of class. It's the most comfortable PlayStation controller I've ever used. The triggers are so improved over the PlayStation 3. The grips are very much better than the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 controller I never really liked, but the PlayStation 4, the DualShock 4 controller, I think is one of the best controllers they've ever made. The thumbsticks are perfect. The tension on them is just right. Makes aiming in games like Call of Duty Ghosts or Killzone very precise and very easy to do. The triggers feel just as good as the old Xbox 360 controller triggers, and I really enjoy them. I find that the grips are very comfortable. I like the little multi-touch touchpad on the front. The digital pad, just like with previous generations of PlayStation controllers, is very precise, feels great. It's a best-in-class digital pad. Overall, I'm super happy with it. If I had one complaint about the controller, it's that the batteries only last about 8 hours, and they're not removable batteries. So if you want to start playing after your battery has run out, you have to basically plug it back into the system, and then you're tethered to the system. My solution for this was to buy a second controller and a charger for the controllers, so I always have one juiced up and ready to go. But 8 hours, I would have liked to see a longer battery life out of the PlayStation 4 controller. Next, I want to talk about the system software a little bit. I am pretty happy with the system software. They've got a long way to go. It definitely doesn't feel feature complete right now, but overall, it's very responsive. It does a lot of really cool things. I'll show you the share menu real quick here in Call of Duty Ghosts. It's very easy to use. If you'd like to stream on Twitch, there's never been an easier way. My one complaint about streaming is that the quality of the stream isn't as high as it could be, but overall, the ease of use makes it worthwhile using. If you're at all interested in sharing your gameplays on Twitch or on Ustream, there's no easier way. This is a great system. Next up, I'd like to talk about some of the settings in the system software. I was really pleasantly surprised by how fleshed out these settings are. It's very easy to set up your network. One note about the Wi-Fi connections on the PlayStation 4 is that it does not support 5 gigahertz connections, which could be an issue for you if you live in like an apartment building that is just loaded up with Wi-Fi. The 2.4 gigahertz spectrum can be pretty busy, and a 5 gigahertz option on the PlayStation 4 would have been nice. It also doesn't support AC. It only supports as high as N. That's not that big a deal. AC is super new. The hardware for that is really expensive, but it is worth noting that in the future, you may be held back a little bit by the Wi-Fi support in the PlayStation 4. I wanted to talk about the sound and screen settings here. It is very easy to hook this thing up to a TV. You can see here that there are plenty of options for hooking it up and plenty of ways that it supports your TV. Your resolutions can be anywhere from, I think, 480p to 1080p. It looks great. It's very easy to set up. It also has a number of audio output settings that makes hooking up a surround sound system or a headset, a gaming headset, very easy, there's no problem here. It's just a pleasure to use. And as you can see, it's very quick, it's very responsive. I'm very happy with it. Overall, I think the system software here, while it does need a few updates, I feel like it's a really strong start and I highly recommend it. So the last thing I want to talk about is the games. The games that came out with it are kind of a mixed bag. The first party stuff was a little bit on the disappointing side, but luckily there was plenty of third party support. I'm playing a lot of Call of Duty Ghosts on it. I'm loving that. Battlefield 4 has just received a patch and hopefully will be much more stable. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That game looks amazing on the new hardware. And of course, Killzone is a first party game and that looks stunning. If you really want to see how good your PlayStation 4 can look, go with Killzone and go with Assassin's Creed right now. Other than that, I'm very, very happy with the PlayStation 4. I would really highly recommend this to just about anybody looking to step up from the PlayStation 3. The system software is much easier to use. The download speeds off PlayStation Network are much better. The store is so much better laid out. There's definitely some areas where they could go to get some better organization in the store, but it is just so much faster, so much easier to use than it was with the PlayStation 3. I couldn't be happier with that aspect. So like I said, overall, I really recommend this system. I think it's a great purchase. It's only $400 compared to the Xbox One. It's $100 cheaper. I will be reviewing the Xbox One in an upcoming video, and then after that, I'll be comparing and contrasting the features and the games between the two consoles. So look forward to those two videos. Until then, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.